we'll just catch up with what happened. Apparently when I left the stream, it all started working. So the drivers went ahead without me for the sprint. So I've been sent the result, and we're going to go straight for the feature now. So you're about as wise to the sprint as I was. No clue what happened in that. Just had the result in front of me. So let me just get the settings right. So I've been told that the session should go from wet to dry. So let's get that set up. It said that the weather was customize weather. He said it was wet to dry, so we'll go wet to clear dry. I'll come out of that. Just make sure it's set. Yep, that's fine. So let's now go into what we need to amend. So it should be in weekend structure, and we should have grid editor. So let's have a look at the results then. So we were told that MailDAV won, however Murph was in a car that didn't finish. So Murph, the DNF, needs to start at the back. I've got 13 here, I should have 15. MailDAV won our sprint, so he gets started there. Thompson P2. Chrissy is P3, he's not here yet. Hellbound was P4, so he's in the right position. Calgon. Who else we've got in? Oh, we've got SLH joining us. Okay, so just put in the chat here so everyone knows to join. There's our 15. I believe SLH was commenting there, so he might be able to join us. Right, let's have a look and see. Oh, yeah. Thompson has sent me the weather, so let's have a look at that then. So session forecast, it was set to go to rain at the end, so let's just come out of this for a second. Let's confirm that for now, and we'll come back to it. We want weather and time of day. It was going from dry. It was going from wet to dry, back to wet again by the looks of it. So it went. So add one. Let's put wet at the end, because that's how it was in the session, according to what Thompson reliably tells us. So let's come out of that and let's go back into our weekend structure and let's do our grid heads, and I'll go over on here. Harry sent me the grid, so let's go. So we should have. I've got Pinto in. Pinto wasn't here, was he? Oh, yes, he was, sorry. So Murph should be at the back. Meldav second last for winning the sprint. Thompson was P2, Chris was P3. Then Hellbound, Super Calgon, Cherry was P6, Striker P7, that was Change of Hopes behind Cherry. Mind you, with and not here, maybe that would be good enough. So Casper off his win last week, only P8 in the race there, he'll be disappointed with that one. Always Grinder was behind Pinto, so he should be ahead now. Then there's Harry. After Always Grinder was Harry. Then Shepherd. Joshua Wilco, Percival. Yeah, so that's where it should be. So let's come out of that, confirm changes, and we should be ready to go. So apologies for the issues, but we're back on track now. So let's tell the guys to ready up, and we should be good to go. So apologies for missing the sprint there, but that was just a case. It was just a case of the session sorted itself out apparently when I left. Oh, sorry, you are right. Bear with me. Apologies, I had that down as DNF in my head. That was not right. Let me just sort that out. Yeah, that was my fault. Let's go to grid editor, good spot. So Murph should be up at the top. Apologies, that is my fault. There you go, you're done. Yep, done it. Yeah, done it now, Murph. Sorry about that. SLH, if you're quick, I haven't got a problem with you joining. You have to be really quick though, because we're literally about to start the session. Session starting in 30 seconds. SLH, just really quick, mate. Session starting. It's got it, well done. Yes. SLH joined us. We've got another one for the race. 16 of us starting, then let's go. So a wet start for this race. One extra from the sprint. As we said, wet race. So that's going to change our strategy. So we have got a dry spell in the middle though. How long it's going to be, I don't know. But we go from wet to dry back to wet. So be interesting to see how the strategy plays out. It could be that someone just tries to stint on the softs for the meantime. We don't know how long that stretch is going to be. Or it could even be at the weather at the end comes so late that you don't go back to the wet tyre. But we'll see how it all unfolds. Should be interesting. As I mentioned in the quali comms, 2.7 mile circuit, just 10 corners, 7 to the right, 3 to the left. 7 braking zones. Sounds like a relatively simple circuit, but trust me, it's anything but that. Even if the circuit is simple, the challenge is always the same, and that's to beat your rivals. And that can make this track even harder, because if there's less places to gain time on people, that's where the true challenge is. It could be easy to learn this circuit, difficult to master it. And it's really easy to just drift over the white lines and pick up a track limit warning. So there could be a lot of track limits about today. So this could be a race of whoever can avoid penalties will do really well. It's often the case around here. We'll see who can move up the order. It should be intermediate conditions from what I understand, but let's have a look, see what everyone's done. For the tyres, yep, everyone's on in the intermediate. So we'll go to position change for now, and we'll be in broadcast mode. We'll change to TD pod because we just want it to be able to start. So no DNFs in the sprint race. I had Murph down in my head as DNF for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Apologies. Luckily, Murph caught on to it and corrected me, and we've got the right grid now. So Meldav starts at the back by virtue of his race win, his sprint win. Thompson P2, Chrissy P3, and Hellbound P4. Good points for the AlphaTauri partnership. Striker wouldn't have picked up as many points as he'd like, but with Ant missing, this could be the night where he goes top of the championship. I believe. I think if we've done our maths right, he can go top tonight. He's got them standings for you. As soon as this race is finished, we're ready for next week. Make sure everything's alright. And Cherry misses the pit box. Hellbound misses the pit box. So far only there's 2 to do it. Yep, just 2 people missing the pit box. Who should we go with from the start? Should we go with Harry from the start? Our self-proclaimed People's Champion. Very tight turn 1 here. And we are going Austria. Kasper picks up the penalty for a jump start. He's going to have a drive through. They're on board with Harry. Into turn 1 we go for the first time. Contact there. And round goes one of the AlphaTauris. It looks like Hellbound. It looked like it was not even the car that hit Harry. I think it looked like someone's bumped into Harry, from what I can tell. So an AlphaTauri round at turn 1. Into turn 3 now. Another tough braking zone. So here we go. So we've got Murph leading our way around. Kasper artificially into P2 at the moment. That's an Aston Martin problem in troubles. Joshua Wilco with our front wing as well there. It looks like both Aston Martins are off, as well as Joshua Wilco. Problems at the back. Thompson again. It's not getting any easier for him. Issue there for Harry. Looked like he was trying to turn to the pit there, while Chrissy wasn't, and they caught each other out. So Murph leads from Kasper artificially in P2, Shepard in P3, Striker P4, much more likely, much closer to where he'd rather be, picking up big points. Always grinding in P5, Chrissy 6, Hellbound in P7, Meldav all the way up to P8 already, Pinto P9, SLH P10, everyone else. Cherry's out of the race. Everyone below SLH in the box for repairs, so a chaotic fast lap by the looks of it. All sorts of issues around here. Let's see where the battles are. At the moment, it's Meldav's progress through the field. The rain looks like it's starting to go away early here, so maybe a chance as Casper now takes his penalty. Where will he emerge? He might be lucky enough to get out as high as P10 with all of the pit lane action on the first lap. That's going to be P10. They're coming to turn 1, named after Niki Lauda. Of course, 2 Austrian F1 World Champions. Both of them have a corner named after themselves here. So turn 1 is named after Niki Lauda, and turn 9 is our only posthumous F1 World Champion, Jochen Rindt. That's the turn that Thompson's come up to now, I believe. It was not, sorry, it's the one that Thompson's come up to. It's that one there, turn 9. Here's Rindt. As Murph still leads us round. Looking for his first ever Red Arrows victory if he can stay there. A long way to go as yet though, and we know changeable conditions to come, so big challenge for him, but he's got a big lead to him. To be fair, he's done a good job so far. We have yellow flags out. That is an Alfa Romeo. It looks like SLH has had a problem. It could be beached, that could be stuck. He had an option there, got to reset the track. Normally we don't allow reset the track, but in this case he might get let off the hook there because we could see that car was beached. I think there might be some leeway shown on that one. Problem there for Aston Martin. That's Thompson. Thompson with a problem in the middle of the lap, and look, he might have took those tyres as well, because that front wing. Thompson onto his 3rd wing in 4 laps. Just when you thought it couldn't get worse. Strike up to P2 now. A strong showing for him here. Just what he needs for his championship. Of course, his first full season in Red Arrows last time when he pushed me all the way for the title. Ended up P3. Already 1 step better this year with P2, but of course he wants the P1. Goes fastest lap, so he is making little gains here on Murph. Meldav closing in on Hellbound. Let's see what he can do. Of course, we don't get told in the comms box when the conditions change, and we know roughly because we set the conditions up. We expect change. We don't know how long that change is going to last for. We don't know if it's going to be a long dry spell onto medium tyres or whether it's a quick soft stint. The drivers won't know that for sure themselves. Could be a bit of a gamble. It could really shake things up later on in this race. I believe that's Murph now lapping. Yeah, he's now lapping Thompson by the looks of it. So here we go. So Striker again goes fast lap of the race. He's made a big gain this lap, so it might have been that he's held up by traffic, Murph. Because that's a second I think he's taken out of him. Again, we'll go back to the battle of Maldav, who has the closest, other than SLH and Harry, it's the closest battle on the circuit. Actually, we'll just cut to SLH and Harry because that's getting a lot closer. about 5/10 now, and that's getting a bit close. It looks like the rain has stopped to me, so we could be seeing a drying line coming shortly. We'll see who takes the gamble. Onto the dry tyre, who does it first? Something that can really change your race for the better if you get it right, but big time pain if you get it wrong. Harry couldn't get close enough that time. Dab now. Harry has got him now though. Oh, contact! But just about keeps it clean enough. Harry takes the place up to P10. Looks like it's at turn 6 where he got the move done. Well, this is where the contact was. So Murph, him and the Astons again, is now Striker's within a second now, so it looks like Murph's lost a lot of time to his Aston Martins. Hopefully he's not been held up too much here. Hopefully that's not outside interference costing him this race. Thompson in the pit box again here. As now Murph is going to come on a threat from Striker. Striker goes fast lap again. Christian into the pit box. Christian and Thompson both in the pit. Hellbound and Meldow as well. Is this the changeover? Is this going to be... Let's have a look at the detail. Let's have a look at the tyres. Let's see what everyone's doing. Because this could be the changeover. Thompson's gone for medium tyre. Christian to mediums. Meldav gone mediums as well. Same for Casper. Does Hellbound do the same? Yes, he does. So there we go then. So everyone in now. By the looks of it, Harry comes in, SLH comes in, Wilco comes in. Everybody apart from the front 5 so far. Sorry, and Calgon there in P8. SLH goes to the hard tyre. Here's Gamble on going long. As here we go. Front 2, both box. Does that contact the rear? Striker goes into the back of Murph there. Damage to the Red Bull. As now we have got the front 4 in. I'm assuming Pinto's going to follow suit. And he does. Does just give Chris an opportunity. Being chased down by Meldav. DRS is enabled. Meldav up the inside of Rin. Pulls out of it, thinks better of it. So Chrissy now is not going to come out as far as the lead by the looks of it. Striker just about managed to stay ahead. Only just, it's awfully close. They're going to get close in the turn 3 here. Who's going to come out on the better of this? It looks like Striker. Striker keeps P3. Always grinding in P2. He's done a great job there to get the place. It could be because of the wing change to Striker. But a place is a place. Striker damaging his wing on the way into the pit. Always grinding and going. Cheers then. Takes the place. So Murph leads. Over a quarter way through this race now. Except the fact we're exactly a quarter way through this race. After this corner. And Murph is Murph picks up a penalty. Him and SLH have picked up the time penalties. We said this could be one of those tracks where we see that. So SLH and Murph both on 3 seconds. We said it could be one of those tracks where the time penalties rack up. It's very easily done to go just over the white line and get a warning. So the driver who can stay penalty free, might just be our winner today. It might make the difference on a day like today. Very easily done, as I said, and also the amount of laps we've got to do today, 36 laps. It's difficult to be penalty free for all that time, and Harry follows suit as well, and he gets his 3-second penalty. At the moment that's going to cost him P10, but a long way to go. Meldav's got Chrissy and is now in hot pursuit of Super Striker. Thompson sets our fastest lap of the race. Here we're begging for something like a safety car or something like that to help him out. A lap down, I believe, so he needs a big favour. Let's check on that. Is he still a lap down? Go to lead it. No, he's not a lap down. So he unlapped himself in the pit phase there. So a safety car would benefit his race big time. Meldav now has got within the second of Striker, but Striker has got DRS of his own to always grinding, so it's a three-way fight now for P2. This might give Murph a chance to slip away. Can he capitalise on this? Striker chasing down always grinding, being chased by Meldav. Chrissy too, only just outside second himself. Deep in the pack we've also got Hellbound chasing EP, but we'll stay on this for now. Meldav picks up the fastest lap of the race so far, but it looks like a Striker who's closer to always grinding than what Meldav is to Striker. So it looks like Striker's going to get the first opportunity at the overtake. How does he play it? Around the outside of 3 is what he's going to try. He's got the move done before the corner, big time overspeed there. A nice clean move, that's what I like to see. But always grinding, going to get a chance to come back at him. Into turn 4. Not close enough to make the move. So let's see what Striker can do. Can he pull away from always grinding, or is he going to be under threat? So far so good for always grinding. I should have mentioned as well, there's 3 DRS zones around this circuit. So for a lap that is less than 70 seconds long, there'll be 3 DRS zones. You never really feel like you get out of the threat. You know, it's a constant attack. The first DRS zone is here, down the start finish straight. Then the second one here after turn 1. And then the third one comes in after the hairpin at turn 3. I say hairpin, it's near enough a hairpin. Turn 3, and you'll see always grinding back on the DRS now. 3 straights in a row of DRS. So it feels like a constant attack for the first half of the lap, before you can try and get away, but even then you've got this complicated section of corners. So you feel like on a constant attack. At least that's how always grinding's going to be feeling at the moment, with Meldav for company. How does he defend? At the moment he's doing a good job of it. He's still just about within the DRS of Striker, so that's going to help him. As long as he can keep in that DRS range, he might be safe. It might be a stalemate in those DRS zones. The second he loses it, he could be in trouble. So far so good for him, as Striker now catching up to the back of Murph. 1.1 the gap, now it's under a second. It's back over again. getting very close to that second. So the race leader has been brought into this fight. And as a Aston Martin round, sorry, Thompson retired and Percival. Thompson's out of the race. That's Thompson out of the race. That's a safety car. We've got a safety car. What do you do now? Do you chance it for the soft tyres? Or do you stay out? We know the third portion of the race is rain, but how late does that rain come? Does it come out too late for you to change tyres, or does it come in sometime soon, forcing you to pit for wet? If so, does a quick soft tyre stint now make sense? Always Grinding goes to the hard tyre. Meldav goes to the hard tyre. So they're going long, they're thinking that perhaps the rain will come in too late to warrant a tyre change. Surprised we're seeing no soft tyre gamblers here. But everyone who's been in under the safety car has gone for hard so far. That being Always Grinding and Meldav and Casper. Hellbound 2, now you've got Harry and Wilco. Harry goes for a second set of mediums and Wilco goes for a second set of mediums. Possibly the better call at this stage, because by my calculations, or by my notes, the medium tyre will last 20 laps. There's 21 laps to go of the race, and of course your first couple of those laps will be under the safety car. So quite possibly that could have been an inspired call. Let's see how this plays out. Striker now into the box. Very interesting, because he's going to sacrifice the lead here. So he's sacrificed the lead here for the sake of fresh tyres. I say sacrificed the lead, he was P2, wasn't he? So sacrificed the chance at going for the lead for the sake of fresh rubber and P10. So let's see how this plays out. That could be very interesting. Seems like a bit of a gamble for me. Is that the inspired call that makes this race work for him? We'll find out soon enough as to whether that call was brave or stupid. For his sake, I hope brave, because if he can score big points today, the title fight is really on, and that gives someone like me more to talk about. So I am unbiased, but for the sake of the championship and for a close battle, we want to see a striker do well here. So hopefully that is the inspired call he needed for the sake of his race. Murph leads our way around. He's led from the start. Done a really good job of it. 16 laps down. 20 to go. We expect safety car probably in this lap. So next time round we'll be racing again. Chrissy currently in P2. So let's have a look. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people didn't pit. Yeah, it looks like 7 people didn't pit, 7 people did under that safety car. So it'll be interesting to see how Always Grinding does. Always Grinding is the lead car of the people who boxed. We'll see how the fresh tyres help them out. Let's see how much difference the fresh tyres make. So safety car is in this lap, so we're ready to go racing. We'll go to Chrissy here because that'll give us the best view of what Murph's doing, and we'll see if Chris is able to compete with him off the restart. That Murph gone? I think he might have gone. He has indeed. Shepard going way down. What's happened to Shepard here? Shepard's had a problem off the restart. He's round. Looks like possibly a problem at Rent there. Percival picks up his 3-second penalty there as well, so a few more of them coming into play. That safety car's really helped him because he's gone from the back up to P11. So he's suddenly back in this race. As Murph still leads our way around. Chrissy tries it on the outside there, doesn't get the move done. Going towards turn 6 now. Does Chrissy attack here? Thinks better of it. Of course, no DRS for the first 2 laps on a restart. So we won't have DRS for a little while. Front 2 look like they've left Pinto for dead here. He's a bit of a distance back there for 1 lap. So it's Murph v Chrissy for the lead here at the moment. Chrissy goes wide. Chrissy wide at Lauda. Let's have a look at Always Grind and see how he's getting on, because like we said, he is the front runner of those who boxed. So interesting to see how he gets on, watch his progress, to see if the fresh rubber is making a difference for him. So far, no joy. Stuck behind Pinto. But possibly DRS and then this lap could help him out. Now down there, look like he tried to move. Looked like he had a bit more overspeed than he was perhaps expecting. Either way, a little bit of a struggle there and lost a little bit of time. But he's right back onto the back of him. So there's DRS enabled. So on the exit of turn 1 here, Always Grinding will have DRS on Pinto, as Chrissy will have to Murph. So we'll go for the battle for the lead. See if Chrissy is able to get this done. Pinto has DRS to Chrissy as well though, so most of our front runners do have DRS at the moment. Chrissy goes wide again at 3. DRS open again into 4, but just too far back to make the move. We're getting ever closer here for the middle section of the lap. Pinto also looks like it's closing into this fight, so being drawn into the battle for the lead here. Murph under big pressure, but he's survived up to this point. 20 laps in, he's led all the way. As Wilco passes Percival. Murph still leads. Pinto now coming up to Chrissy. So, Chrissy now trying to make the move on Murph. Does he get the job done? He once again, he thought better, but then came back into the move again. Goes for it. Doing well to avoid each other here. Doing very well to not make contact. Looks like Shepard's got a problem at the back there. He's round at turn 3 by the looks of it. Brilliant camera angle for this. And so far, there might be a little bit of contact there. Chrissy is through at turn 7. At turn 8, sorry. Chrissy makes the move. Murph down the inside now. And Joshua Wilco picks up a 3-second penalty. He's not the only one today, and I think there's a good chance of a fair few more. Not an easy circuit to get right. And there it is, Hellbound, with one almost immediately after. Super Striker's got past Hellbound there. Murph right at the inside, picks up a penalty for his troubles. Casper's past Calgon further back. Murph there lost a lot of ground and picked up a penalty for good measure. Pinto's through into P2 now. And Meldav has lost out to Casper. Casper, last week's race winner, moving up the field here. And Meldav had a problem there. Contact there with Meldav and Casper. A striker now picks up a penalty. Champagne Johnson soft tyres there. So lots of penalties being handed out now. So it's Chrissy from EP, both without penalties. Always grinding Super Calgon, Meldav and Percival, the only other drivers that don't have penalties. It could be a big factor in this race because at the moment it looks like Calgon would be promoted to P3 if all stays as it is. We have yellow flags, that looks like an AlphaTauri. It's Hellbound in trouble. Percival's in the pit box. Or was in the pit box. Percival has a penalty as well, so it's only Always grinding Super Calgon, Pinto and Chrissy without penalties at the moment. And that could be key to their races. Because if, for instance, Chrissy was to pick up a penalty now, that would give Pinto the lead. So it's crucial for Chrissy's race that he doesn't pick up a penalty. Just like it is for Pinto, because with Pinto, I believe if he were to pick one up now, that might even promote Calgon all the way up to P3 or P2 even, if Pinto was to do it. A little wide lot there from Calgon. Casper now fighting Murph. Can he make it stick into turn 3? Not quite, but he's going to have DRS here into 4. Calgon lurking in the background there as well. Calgon eyeing him up. Pulls to the inside. Calgon on the inside of 4. Can he get the job done? Thinking better of it. Not quite able to make the move this lap. So Christian leads the race, 1.8 seconds ahead of Pinto. Murph just 0.8 of a second back. Murph will have DRS, but he's got Casper for company. Is he able to defend from Casper? Chrissy there picks up a penalty, so that makes Pinto our de facto race leader, or our net race leader, by way of that penalty. Striker's got Harry. Let's have a look at that. Further back, because Striker is now perhaps into his race. Casper goes wide. So it's now only EP, Calgon, and Always Grinding yet to pick up a penalty. With how close the field is, someone like Always Grinding can get propelled up a load of places here. Look at the gaps ahead of Always Grinding. There's nothing to any of those gaps. The biggest gap he has is the one for the lead there. So Always Grinding, if he can just stay in contention here, could get propelled a long way up this grid, or could gain a lot of positions here from the virtue of just not having any penalties. Just needs to keep himself in play. Pinto, as it stands, would be your race winner today if he can keep this close to Chrissy. Chrissy needs to get his foot down. He needs to extend the lead if he can. Chris got up to 2.7. He still needs a couple of tenths. Needs a little bit more. Can he get it done? Up to 2.9 now. As it stands, Chrissy could be on for his second race win. In red arrows, I believe it is the second one anyway. Let me just double check my notes. Chrissy has won one race. We have yellow flags out. That's an Alpine. It must be Harry because Ant's not here. Harry in problems. The self-proclaimed People's Champion lost it at 7. Disaster for him. Hellbound picking up a penalty there as well. Chrissy might have made a mistake there. EP all of a sudden, 1.8 seconds, gained a lot of time on him. EP now suddenly right back in the mix here. Chrissy looked like he'd done enough to get away, but now back under threat. At this rate, 1.9 seconds to Pinto. Chrissy might be dropped to P3 or 4 here. No, he won't, sorry, because it's penalties to Murph and Casper, ignore that. But Calgon could even be the shout taking Chrissy here. Casper is in. Calgon even is in with a shout of P2 here. Chrissy into the pit box. Problems for our race leader. So now Pinto takes the lead on merit. It's a Williams 1-2 as it stands. Although Calgon will ruin that party by virtue of having no pens. Gets awfully close there, hits Casper. Yellow flags there. Calgon into the back of Casper. Looks like he's got away with it in terms of damage, but that might be one for the stewards later on. Casper lost out 2 places there, he can't be happy. Can't be happy with that one. Let's have a look at the penalty situation. So it's Murphy now at 6 seconds penalties, which is far from ideal for him. He's going to drop a lot of places there, which is a big shame. Led a lot of this race, put in a great performance. It looks like it's going to have a lot of that taken away through penalties here. However, there are penalties further back in the field, so it might not be perhaps as damaging as it looks. Most people have got 3 second penalties. Only Murph and Hellbound who have the additional 3 seconds. And is that Meldev into the pit box? It looks like it could be. Meldev into the pit for the soft tyre. Calgon, the big gainer from this race, up 8 places. Even with a shout here, he's got P2 by virtue of the penalties at the moment. If he can do a quick job on Murph, maybe he can have a go at Pinto and have a crack at a race win. What I believe would be his 3rd race win in Red Arrows. Pinto though, on for his first as it stands. Just 7 more laps to last. Can he get it done? His teammate, does he attack him here though? He knows he's got a 6 second penalty, so how does he attack it? Does he try and get ahead? Looks like Meldev round in the Haas. Problems for SLH. SLH out of the race. SLH is out. Be careful, Harry and Percival. come up to that stricken car. I didn't quite see what happened to you there, SLH. It's unlucky, mate. A long way into the race as well. He'll be gutted with that one. To go 30 laps into the race and then lose it. Thanks for joining all the same. So here we just... so it's chasing Hellbound and just got on the power a bit too soon on the exit of 1, so it lit the rear tyres up and lost it. Striker now on Calgon. Striker's got the move done. Mind you, Calgon might just be... Well, don't want to let him through, but he might... Oh no, Striker on the wall! Striker's out! Striker out! Carefully as you come up towards the hairpin. Safety car. That's throwing a big spanner in the works. Safety car later on. What do we do now? Let's have a look at the tyre situation. You've got to believe the way this race is set up, there could be rain here. Clouds have gone dark. If you're Pinto, do you box now for a soft tyre and try and cover yourself off? It could really hamper Murph's race here, because Pinto and Murph, both of the Williams drivers, if they double stack here, could really screw Murph over. What does our leader do? Pinto into the box. Does Murph now? Yeah, Murph thinks better of it because he knows the double stacking could ruin his race. So Murph takes our circuit lead, but by virtue of the penalties is going to be in trouble here. This is really going to play into the hands of the likes of Pinto and Calgon, and always grinding. Those three without penalties are suddenly in play big time here, because just 4 laps to go. Just 4 laps to go, and only those 3 drivers don't have penalties. So they're going to be able to attack the top 3 and know that they don't have penalties to serve. This pack is going to be really bunched up. So anyone's got a penalty has really got to get on with this. They're probably only going to do about 2 or 3 racing laps. So unfortunately this is going to play havoc for Murph's race. He could be struggling here. It's brought Chrissy right back into play. Chrissy now is our lead soft tyre runner. Is that Murph losing on the safety car? Murph lost on the safety car. Just when we thought it couldn't get much worse. So Joshie Wilco takes over the lead. We have a new race leader. And Chris picks up a penalty there for ignoring the yellow flag. So is Calgon. Is that a problem with the safety car perhaps? I didn't quite see what happened there. I'm not sure why that penalty is being dished out to the pair of those. But it plays into the hands of Pinto and always grinding, because suddenly Calgon with a 5-second penalty, which might even be overturned by stewards. Here comes the rain. I can just see a little bit of rain there on Pinto's car. Now what do you do? Is everyone going to chance it onto a wet tyre? Because the rain is coming. Joshie Wilco was our race leader. He's pitted for softs. But the rain coming down now. Does this spoil? Does this spoil the party for the soft runners? SLH telling me that Pinto and always grinding on for this, and they could well be. There's the guys without the penalties. So they are in the pound seat, as it were. It's in a couple of laps, so yeah, could well be right. Could be stick with the drives if you can take it. Because if you pit now, you're going to have a lot of ground to make up. Mind you, if you do pit now, you might be able to get in and back out before the safety car comes in. You might be able to make most of that ground back up. We'll see if Aaron takes the gamble. Always grinding in the pit box. Is he taking the gamble? Always grinding in. Meldav in. Murph in. Is there one final twist to this? Shepan is in as well. Always going on to the intermediate tyre. This is a big spanner in the works. Here we go then. Always going, is going to catch the pack. He's going to catch the pack, so how is this going to play out? So much can happen in this final 2 laps. We've got a grandstand finish here, folks. I don't know where to look here. There's action. There's going to be action everywhere here. It's the late show. And there's a confirmation safety car in this lap. The last couple of laps here could well be action-packed. Because I don't even know who's got the advantage now. Is it someone like Pinto with no penalties, fresh soft tyres, or does the advantage go to Always Grinding? Again, no penalties. It's only them two who haven't got a penalty. He's on the intermediate. How are the conditions? We'll go on board with Calgon so we can see what the leader does. The conditions look treacherous. It looks like it could well be intermediates here. Let's see how the dry tyre runners handle this. So Chrissy into turn 1. Looks like he's really struggling for grip there. He's not done a good job of getting out of that corner. We've got yellow flags. Yellow flags. That's Harry round, as well as Casper. Harry and Casper both lost it there. I'm not sure if there's any contact or anything. But Murph Always Grinding and Melda up to 4, 5 and 6 already. That's Hellbound lost it. Calgon puts out a penalty. Action everywhere. Murph all the way up to P3 already. The intermediate tyre seems like it was the call to make. Harry puts out a penalty there as well. That's past Calgon. They go now. Chrissy now in all sorts of trouble. Race leader on the wrong tyre. He touched. They touch. Chrissy round. Always Grinding survives for now. The front 3 are the guys who pitted for intermediate tyres. Problem with the McLaren there, or Super Calgon as well. Chrissy having a nightmare at the back now. Intermediate tyre turns out to be an inspired call, and Murph is your race leader. It looks like there's big contact in a lot of places there. I don't know where to look anymore, there's so much going on. But Murph is your race leader from Meldav. We'll have a look at the penalty situation here because this could be crucial. Murph has a 6-second penalty, which will allow Always Grinding to take P2 at this time. In fact, Always Grinding could be on for the lead here. He's within 3 seconds of Meldav and within 6 seconds of Murph. Always Grinding on for his second ever Red Arrows race victory here. He won in Monaco of season 2, I believe. No, season 3, sorry. Monaco season 3 he won. Could be on for his second ever race win. We've got yellow flags at turn 1. It's the pair of the AlphaTauris. Have they made contact here? I'm not sure why it's a 10 lap hold. It's there, I'm not sure what's going on. Let's have a look at that, let's see. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that one. SLH, not sure why he's got the 10 lap hold in there. But there it is. Murph crosses the line first, Meldav will take it. But I think Always Grinding's going to take the pair of them. Always Grinding picks up his second ever Red Arrows race victory. From Meldav P2. Such a shame for Murph to be P3 because he led for so much of this race. He had a great race. But still, I believe that is his best finish in Red Arrows racing, so still something to be very proud of here. A great race for him. Chapin picks up P4. I believe that's his best performance as well. Personal P5, great job from him. Well recovered because he was right at the back at one stage, so that's a great recovery drive. Joshua Wilco P6, Calgon P7, Casa P8, Harry P9, Pinto P10. Could have been so much better for him. He was up there at one stage himself. And Hellbound finishes P11. Well, what a finish that was. Kept us guessing right the way to the end. I hope you guys enjoyed that race as much as I did. Absolutely enthralling race. Right to the death, right to the end. But it's always Grinan who has his day today. So that was our racing for this evening. Next week we go to Singapore for the penultimate round of the championship. But let's just see where we are. There's your race order one more time. So we'll just have a look at the timings so we can get all that down. There we go. We just want to see the race director. So we've got the incidents in case anyone wants to challenge that at the end of the race. So in case anyone wants to pick apart the race incidents, name of the stewards after the race, we've got data here for them. So know what to look out for and when. There you go. So that was all for us today. Join us next week in Singapore. Until then, have a great week and we'll see you soon.